Have you ever bought a brand new SUV, only to find out your dealership knows your first name before your neighbors do? Well, today we're counting down 12 SUVs that have given owners some of the biggest reliability headaches in recent years. Some cost over $80,000. Some are among America's best sellers. And one of them might make you rethink your next purchase altogether. Stick around, because if you think the first one is bad, the number one SUV is on a whole different level. Welcome back to the Car Geek, where we love cars. But we also love exposing the ones that seem to have skipped quality control. Let's jump right into it. Starting the list is probably the biggest surprise of them all: the 2024 and 2025 Mazda CX-90. Mazda built its reputation by making reliable, fun-to-drive vehicles, so expectations were sky-high when the CX-90 arrived. With prices ranging from about $40,000 to over $60,000, a new turbocharged inline-six engine, premium interior, and fuel economy around 24 mpg combined, it looked like Mazda had another winner. Unfortunately, being a first-generation model came with some growing pains. One of the biggest complaints involves the steering. Some owners reported the steering becoming unusually heavy or feeling like it hesitated during turns. That's the kind of issue that immediately gets your attention, especially when you're navigating busy intersections. Mazda issued recalls, but some owners still reported similar problems afterward, with a few needing complete steering rack replacements. Electronics have also caused frustration. Random warning lights, software glitches, battery-related alerts, and even vehicles stalling shortly after purchase have all appeared in owner reports. Imagine spending over $50,000 on a brand new SUV, and your first road trip is to the dealership instead of the beach. The crazy part? When everything works, the CX-90 is fantastic. It's comfortable, quick, beautifully finished, and easily one of the best driving SUVs in its class. That's exactly why these issues disappointed so many buyers. And trust me, if a Mazda made this list, wait until you see what's coming next. Next up is the Genesis GV80, the luxury SUV that made a lot of people ask themselves, why spend BMW money when I can get this? Honestly, it's a fair question. The GV80 looks incredible, the interior feels first class, and depending on the trim, prices range from around $58,000 to nearly $90,000. With up to 375 horsepower from the available twin-turbo V6 and around 22 mpg combined, it has all the ingredients of a premium SUV. But luxury loses its shine pretty quickly when warning lights start showing up. One of the biggest issues has been the high-pressure fuel pump. Certain models were recalled because internal wear could lead to fuel leaks, creating a potential fire risk. That's definitely not the kind of heated feature buyers were expecting. Owners have also reported occasional infotainment glitches, backup camera problems, and random electronic hiccups. Nothing ruins the luxury experience faster than watching your giant touchscreen freeze while you're trying to use navigation. At that point, your expensive SUV starts acting like a 5-year-old smartphone. To be fair, when the GV80 is working properly, it's one of the nicest luxury SUVs on the road. It's quiet, comfortable, and drives far more expensive than its price suggests. The problem is simple. When you're spending close to $80,000, you expect the only surprise to be how smooth the ride is, not another recall notice in your mailbox. And if you think luxury brands have it rough, the next SUV proves even affordable family crossovers can become money pits. Coming in at number 10 is one of America's best-selling compact SUVs, the Chevrolet Equinox. You see these everywhere: school drop-offs, grocery store parking lots, road trips, you name it. Starting at around $29,000, with fuel economy close to 28 mpg combined, it seems like a safe choice for families. But for some owners, it hasn't been. The biggest concern involves the 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. There have been reports of vacuum pump failures that, if ignored, can lead to serious engine damage. And that's not a cheap repair. Some owners found themselves looking at an engine replacement before they even expected to replace their first set of tires. Then there's limp mode. Several drivers have reported the Equinox suddenly losing power because of throttle body or fuel system issues. Imagine trying to merge onto the highway, you hit the gas, and your SUV responds with, "Best I can do is..." maybe. Not exactly confidence-inspiring. Even simple maintenance can be frustrating. On some models, replacing a headlight bulb requires removing the front wheel and part of the wheel well. A 5-minute job somehow became a weekend project. Somewhere, a mechanic just smiled. Now, to be fair, the Equinox is comfortable, easy to drive, and offers a quiet cabin. That's why it's still so popular. But if reliability is your top priority, It's definitely worth doing your homework before signing the papers. And believe it or not, the next SUV proves that spending more money doesn't always buy you fewer problems. You knew this one was coming. The 2024 and 2025 Jeep Wrangler is an absolute legend. It's one of the best off-road SUVs ever built, and Wrangler owners are some of the most loyal fans in the automotive world. But let's be honest, some Wranglers spend more time climbing mall parking garages than mountains. Prices start around $33,000, but loaded trims can easily top $60,000. Under the hood, the popular 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 delivers 285 horsepower and around 20 mpg combined, making it a capable all-around SUV. The biggest issue? The infamous death wobble. Not every Wrangler has it, but when suspension or steering components wear out, hitting a bump at highway speeds can cause the steering wheel to shake violently. It's one of those problems Jeep owners know all too well, and one that's been talked about for years. The Wrangler has also dealt with oil cooler leaks on the Pentastar V6, while the 4xe plug-in hybrid has been affected by battery-related recalls that led owners to avoid charging or parking near buildings until repairs were completed. Then there are the little annoyances: water leaks from removable roof panels, paint bubbling around door hinges, and random electrical glitches have all shown up in owner complaints. Here's the funny part, though. Ask most Wrangler owners if they'd buy another one, and they'll probably say absolutely. Then they'll tell you about the 5 repairs they just paid for. That's Jeep ownership in a nutshell. And speaking of expensive surprises, the next SUV proves that luxury badges don't always come with luxury reliability. At number 8, we have the Volkswagen Taos, a compact SUV that looked like the perfect daily driver, until some owners started spending more time at the dealership than at the gas station. Starting at around $26,000 and getting up to 36 mpg on the highway in front-wheel drive models, the Taos checks a lot of boxes. It's practical, comfortable, and easy to park. What went wrong? One of the biggest complaints has been premature brake wear. While most drivers expect brake pads to last 40,000 miles or more, some Taos owners reported replacing rear brakes before 15,000 miles. That's barely enough time to finish paying for the first oil changes. Then there's the available dual-clutch transmission. Some drivers have experienced hesitation when accelerating from a stop, especially when merging onto busy highways. You press the gas, the SUV thinks about it, and the traffic behind you hopes you've made peace with your insurance policy. Owners have also reported software glitches, warning lights, and occasional infotainment issues. Nothing catastrophic on their own, but they all add up. The Taos isn't a bad SUV. In fact, when everything works, it's a comfortable commuter with solid fuel economy and plenty of cargo space. The problem is that reliability shouldn't feel like a lottery ticket. And somehow, we're only getting started. Because the next SUV belongs to one of the most famous names in the luxury world, and its repair bills can be just as legendary. Now we're getting into the luxury SUVs, and few names scream luxury louder than Range Rover. Pull up in one of these and people assume you've made it. Beautiful design, gorgeous interior, incredible off-road capability, and a price tag that starts around $110,000 for a Range Rover and climbs well beyond that. Even the Range Rover Sport starts around $85,000. Fuel economy sits around 20 to 22 mpg combined, depending on the engine. On the road, they're fantastic. At the repair shop, they can be regular customers. One of the biggest complaints involves the air suspension. Over time, air springs can develop leaks, forcing the compressor to work overtime until it eventually gives up. Suddenly, your luxury SUV starts sitting lower than your neighbor's 20-year-old pickup. Engine-related issues have also frustrated some owners, particularly timing chain wear on certain models. Ignore the warning signs long enough, and repairs can get very expensive. Electrical problems don't help either. Owners have reported everything from infotainment glitches to random warning lights and sensors acting like they had a little too much British tea. To be fair, when a Range Rover is working properly, it's one of the most comfortable SUVs money can buy. It can cruise down the highway in total silence, and then tackle trails that most luxury SUVs wouldn't even attempt. The problem? You shouldn't need a backup savings account just in case your suspension decides it wants an early retirement. And trust me, the next SUV proves you don't need a 6-figure price tag to give owners expensive headaches. Coming in at number 6 is the 2025 Ford Explorer, one of America's favorite 3-row SUVs. Starting at around $41,000 and reaching over $58,000 for higher trims, The Explorer offers up to 400 horsepower in the ST model and around 24 mpg combined. On paper, it's a great family SUV, but recently it's had some serious growing pains. One of the biggest concerns involved a software issue affecting the transmission. In certain recalled vehicles, the system could unexpectedly malfunction while driving, creating some very scary situations. Thankfully, Ford addressed the problem with a recall, but that's not exactly the kind of surprise you want on the highway. There have also been recalls involving engine components that could fail prematurely, along with reports of rough shifting and transmission hesitation from some owners. And of course, modern electronics had to join the party. A few drivers have reported infotainment glitches, backup camera issues, and random warning lights. Nothing says family road trip quite like your dashboard suddenly looking like a Christmas tree. The funny thing is, when everything works, the Explorer is actually a really solid SUV. It's roomy, comfortable, quick, and packed with technology. The problem is that when everything works isn't exactly the sentence you want to use after spending 50 grand. And if you think that's disappointing, the next SUV comes from a luxury brand that somehow managed to turn one small mechanical part into a very expensive headache. Halfway through the list, we have two SUVs that prove one thing. Being gorgeous doesn't automatically mean being reliable. Meet the Alfa Romeo Stelvio and Tonale. The Stelvio starts at around $48,000, while the plug-in hybrid Tonale begins in the mid-$40,000 range. They're stylish, fun to drive, and easily some of the best-looking SUVs on the road. Unfortunately, looks don't fix warning lights. The Stelvio has frustrated some owners with electrical gremlins. Something as simple as a weak battery can trigger a flood of dashboard warnings, making it seem like the entire SUV is falling apart. Most of the time, it's just the electronics throwing a tantrum. It's basically the automotive version of your Wi-Fi router. Turn it off, turn it back on, and suddenly everyone calms down. The Tonale has had its own headaches. Some owners reported software issues that prevented the plug-in hybrid system from staying in full electric mode, forcing the gas engine to kick in even when the battery was fully charged. Kind of defeats the whole point of buying a plug-in hybrid. There have also been complaints about battery drain after the SUV sits for a few days. Imagine walking out Monday morning with a full schedule, only to find your brand new luxury SUV needs a jump start. That's not exactly premium ownership. To be fair, both SUVs are genuinely enjoyable to drive. Sharp handling, upscale interiors, and plenty of personality make them stand out from the sea of boring crossovers. But personality is great, until it starts showing up in your repair bills. And if you think Italian SUVs like being dramatic, the next one proves that even luxury newcomers can have some surprisingly expensive surprises. At number 4, we have the Genesis GV70, a luxury SUV that almost had everything. Starting at around $50,000 and reaching over $70,000, the GV70 offers sharp styling, a premium interior, and up to 375 horsepower with the available twin-turbo V6. Fuel economy comes in at around 22 mpg combined, making it competitive with its German rivals. The problem? Some owners found themselves visiting the dealership way more often than they planned. One of the biggest issues involved the rear differential. Certain models experience premature wear, causing whining noises and, in some cases, complete differential replacements. And here's the frustrating part. Some replacement units develop the same problem. That's like buying a new umbrella, only for it to leak exactly like the old one. The GV70 has also dealt with software-related issues. Owners have reported digital displays suddenly going black, infotainment glitches, and electronic systems randomly rebooting. Losing your navigation is annoying. Losing your speedometer at the same time? That's a whole different level of excitement. Thankfully, many of these issues have been addressed through recalls and software updates, but they still left a bad first impression for a luxury SUV trying to compete with BMW and Mercedes. The crazy part is that when the GV70 behaves, it's genuinely one of the best luxury SUVs in its class. Comfortable, quick, quiet, and packed with technology. Unfortunately, luxury buyers don't spend 70 grand hoping they'll become best friends with the service department. And speaking of expensive disappointments, the SUV at number 3 is one that millions of Americans see every single day, and its biggest problems can become incredibly expensive. We're down to the top 3, and next up is the 2023 through 2025 GMC Terrain. At first glance, this SUV seems like a smart buy. It starts at around $30,000, delivers about 27 mpg combined, has a comfortable cabin, and looks a little more upscale than most compact SUVs. But some owners quickly discovered that good looks don't always mean good reliability. One complaint that keeps popping up involves the electronic push-button shifter. Instead of a traditional gear lever, GMC went with buttons. It looks modern, till you're trying to make a quick three-point turn, and the transmission seems to take its sweet time responding. It's like your SUV is buffering. Another issue involves the automatic emergency braking system. Some owners reported the terrain braking unexpectedly, even when the road ahead was completely clear. Nothing wakes you up faster than your own SUV slamming on the brakes for an invisible obstacle. Electronic glitches have also been fairly common, including infotainment freezes, sensor warnings, and Bluetooth issues. Not major disasters individually, but together they can make ownership more frustrating than it should be. The terrain is still a comfortable SUV with a smooth ride and plenty of room for small families. That's why many owners genuinely like driving it. They just wish they spent a little less time explaining strange problems to the dealership. And if you think that's frustrating, wait until you see our runner-up, because it's one of America's most popular family SUVs, and some of its repair bills are anything but family-friendly. Just missing the top spot is the 2024 and 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee. This SUV has been one of America's favorite mid-size SUVs for years, and it's easy to see why. It starts at around $39,000, can climb past $60,000, offers a comfortable interior, and has enough capability to handle everything from school runs to weekend camping trips. The standard 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 delivers 293 horsepower and around 20 mpg combined. Sounds like a great package, until the problems start showing up. One of the biggest concerns has been the 4xe plug-in hybrid. Certain models were recalled because of a potential battery issue that could increase the risk of a fire. Owners were even advised not to charge the vehicle or park it inside a garage until repairs were completed. Imagine buying a plug-in hybrid and being told not to plug it in. That's like buying a swimming pool and getting a letter that says, "Please avoid adding water." The gasoline models haven't been perfect either. Some owners have reported oil leaks from the plastic oil cooler housing, while others have dealt with engine valve train wear and various electrical glitches. Add in a few infotainment bugs and unexpected warning lights, and some Grand Cherokee owners found themselves making more dealership appointments than weekend road trips. The frustrating part is that the Grand Cherokee is actually a fantastic SUV when it's running properly. It's comfortable, quiet, and one of the best-looking vehicles in its class. But reliability matters, because a luxury interior doesn't feel nearly as luxurious when you're sitting in the dealership waiting room. And now, we've reached the SUV that earned the #1 spot. Trust me, if you thought the others were expensive to own, this last one takes things to another level. Taking the #1 spot is the 2024 and 2025 GMC Acadia. Honestly, this one is surprising. The redesigned Acadia looks great, offers 3 rows of seating, plenty of technology, and starts at around $43,000. Under the hood, the new 2.5-liter turbocharged engine produces around 328 horsepower, while averaging about 23 mpg combined. On paper, it finally looked like GMC had built the perfect family SUV. But reality had other plans. One of the biggest concerns has been the braking system. Some owners reported brake-related problems that led to investigations and lawsuits involving certain General Motors SUVs. When the one system designed to stop your vehicle becomes questionable, that's a serious issue. Transmission complaints have also surfaced, with owners reporting harsh shifting, hesitation, and occasional slipping. Nothing ruins a family road trip faster than wondering what gear your SUV is going to pick next. Then come the electronics. Owners have reported infotainment glitches, warning lights, camera problems, and software bugs. Modern SUVs are basically computers on wheels, but sometimes it feels like this one forgot to install a few updates before leaving the factory. The frustrating part is that the Acadia is actually comfortable, spacious, and pleasant to drive. It has all the ingredients of an excellent family SUV. Unfortunately, reliability is one ingredient you can't afford to leave out. When you're spending over $40,000, you expect your biggest concern to be where you're taking the family on vacation, not when your next dealership appointment is. And that's why the GMC Acadia lands at the top of today's list. So what did we learn today? First, no SUV is perfect. Every manufacturer has recalls, every brand has bad years, and even some of the biggest names in the industry can miss the mark. The key isn't avoiding every single vehicle on this list forever. It's doing your research before spending tens of thousands of dollars. A few hours of homework today could save you thousands in repair bills tomorrow. Now, we want to hear from you. Which SUV surprised you the most? Have you owned any of the vehicles on this list? Did you have a great experience or a complete nightmare? Let everyone know down in the comments because your experience might help someone make a smarter buying decision. And if you enjoyed this countdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the Car Geek, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next rankings, buying guides, and honest reviews. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.